House Republican Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik claimed that President Biden and the Democrats pose a threat to democracy due to their efforts to exclude Donald Trump from the 2024 elections. Joe Biden and the Democrats are a threat to democracy, Stefanik said Sunday on NBC's Meet the Press. Moderator Kristen Welker then asked Stefanik point-blank, would you vote to confirm and vote to confirm the results of the 2024 election, no matter what they show? We will see if this is a legal and valid election. What we have seen so far is that Democrats are so desperate that they are trying to get President Trump out of the vote, which amounts to suppression of American people, Stefanik replied. Stefanik was one of 147 Republicans in Congress who voted against certifying the 2020 election results on January 6, 2021, citing objections to Pennsylvania for unconstitutional overreach. She cited complaints about how the Keystone State Supreme Court and the Secretary of State reformed election policy to roll back signature matching requirements without legislation. This change comes amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Elise Stefanik argued that Democrats pose the real threat to democracy. Stefanik also expressed optimism that the U.S. Supreme Court will solidify Trump's place in key votes ahead of the 2024 elections. Late last year, Colorado Supreme Court ruled that he was ineligible to participate in state's primary due to his actions revolving around Disqualification Clause in 14th Amendment and Jan. 6 Capitol riot. That decision was halted after the U.S. Supreme Court decided to intervene in the growing legal dispute. After Colorado, Maine's Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, a Democrat, moved unilaterally to remove it from that state's ballot, but has since said it will likely remain on ballot pending the U.S. Supreme Court's decision to take up Colorado case. Other states are considering similar actions against Trump. Stefanik later echoed Trump's rhetoric and called some of the hundreds of men and women on trial for storming the Capitol hostages. 5 New York Republicans also expressed concerns about the federal government's treatment of conservatives. I have concerns about the treatment of the hostages on January 6, he said. We have a role in Congress to oversee our treatment of prisoners. We're seeing the federal government being weaponized, not just President Trump, but also against conservatives, Catholics. More than 1,200 participants have been charged by prosecutors since the violent ransacking of the Capitol 3 years ago. After the riot, Stefanik spoke in Parliament and condemned the violence. On Sunday, he emphasized that he represents election integrity and the security of our elections. The real threat to our democracy are these baseless witch hunt investigations and lawsuits against President Trump, he said. Saturday 5 marked the third anniversary of the January 6 Capitol riot. Keivom Stefanik, one of Trump's most